I never want to hear that Trump is demeaning toward women or sexist against women or misogynistic or whatever. Again, I don't want to hear it. Because there's a song called WAP? Is it WAP or WAP? I don't know. This is put out here by an artist named Cardi B. I know that Ben got in trouble for this the other day because Ben just read the lyrics of this disgusting song. It's probably the most disgusting song I've ever heard. This is actual audio pornography, which I didn't know could exist. Ben got in trouble for it. So, you know, obviously we've got to get into it here. I didn't even watch Ben's clip, but people were very upset that he was calling this out. So it made me go and listen to the song. This thing is so obscenely degrading to women. But that's not the only point I have to make about it. If that were it, you know, look, that's rap music. Rap music's always degrading to women. The point about this is the degradation of the individual and the degradation of American society and the degradation of our interpersonal relations. So the song begins, I'll have to clean this up as I go, I suppose. It opens up with a repeated line, "There's some whores in this house," sung by a woman. She's very proud of this. She's accepting her identity as a whore. She's reveling in that. "Spit in my mouth, look in my eyes," saying, you know, degrade me. I want to be degraded and I want you to acknowledge that you are degrading me while you do it. "I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring, AA." I'm skipping around to just the lines that I think really tell you something here. Beyond the language of most of it is so disgusting, I certainly can't read it on the show. But listen to that. "I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring." What she's saying is, marriage is transactional. No man would want to marry a woman because he loves her, because there is something lovable about her, because he wants to give of himself to her. A man would only marry a woman to get something. And so what could he get? Well, the traditional model that we're rejecting is that, you know, men marry women so they can cook and clean for them. But what this enlightened, empowered woman is saying is, no, we don't do that. That would be degrading. This man condescended to marry me because I do filthy sexual acts on him all the time, and I allow him to degrade me. So that's why this is much more empowered. Now, of course, this is a caricature of what marriage used to be. Marriage was not merely a fact of you go and you hire a woman to cook and clean for you. There's a little aspect of that, but more it's about giving yourself to the other person in this union for life. But because of that progressive misunderstanding of the past, which is, you know, the past has to be awful, so things always have to be worse in the past, and we also apply this highly economic model of interpersonal relations, very selfish model of interpersonal relations. We apply that retroactively on the past, even as we reject it. So she's viewing the past through that lens, but then because now we're all enlightened and everything's about sex, she's saying, no, it's much more empowering that I conned my husband into marrying me by performing a lot of strange things on his body. "Ask for a car while you ride that thingy." I don't know. I won't use her language. Ask for a car, right? As in, I'm not doing this to my husband because I love him. He's not doing it to me because he loves me. This is just transactional. But don't forget, we're not talking, you know, it says there's some whores in this house. What Cardi B is saying here fundamentally is that the relations between the sexes are transactional, and all women are whores. I mean, that's the point here, is even with your husband, you are engaging in something that is no different from prostitution. Another line here, "He bought a phone just for pictures of this particularly desirable genitalia." Again, she uses different words. He bought a phone for it. So she's kind of tricked him into spending money to a third party, right, to this kind of capitalist culture, some company, to turn me into a porn actress so that he can then go away from me and do whatever he's going to do to himself looking at these pictures. Right? You're divorcing, you're making it so transactional that by the end of that line, the woman's not even there anymore. She's not even the one performing the sex acts. She has become nothing more than a commodity that you are using. You're not just using her to get a thrill in person. You're using her to get a thrill in perpetuity on yourself. "Pay my tuition just to kiss me on this desirable genitalia." Now make it rain if you want to see some desirable genitalia. Put me through school. Don't put me through school to make me better, to edify me so that we can have this wonderful life together. No. It's just even education here is just about getting something over on the other person. The way we think of love and education traditionally is it makes us better. It's a positive good, but not here. It's all a zero-sum game for the left. And then this line, oh my gosh. Switch my wig, make him feel like he cheatin', put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. There it is. Switch my wig, meaning I'm going to dress up like I'm not me. I'm going to be somebody else. And this is going to excite my husband. It's going to make him desire me because my husband is getting tired of me. He no longer desires me. This kind of cheap transactional sex has run its course. So now I'm going to get even more perverse. I'm going to pretend like I'm some other woman, and that will finally excite him a little bit more, at least for now. And then the key, put him on his knees, give him something to believe in. Because he believes in nothing, she believes in nothing. None of these people believe in anything beyond the satisfaction of their own selfish appetites and desires. And so she will make an idol out of not just herself, but a very particular part of herself. And this will finally give him something to believe in. It's an acknowledgement, actually, that man is fundamentally a religious being. It's an acknowledgement that we want something that is beyond this world, that is beyond the satisfaction of our selfish desires. But we have no outlet for that. We don't even know how to talk about that anymore. And so the nearest we can get is audio pornography to describe a way to trick your senses into believing that you've transcended that appetite and given in to something higher. I hope you enjoyed that short segment from the Michael Knowles Show. Be sure to check out the full episode linked in the description or download the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts.